Hello?
Michael, she's got everybody on hold.
All right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. Happy Monday. It's going to be a happy Monday because we're going to make it a happy Monday. Please do not turn this into an unhappy Monday. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You are in a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. If you behave inappropriately on the Zoom screen, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. And this is what this will mean for you. To everyone who's at the Bexar County Jail, that means that you're going to be sent back. You know, there's a staffing issue. So that means that we may see you in 30 to 60 days, maybe 90 days. To everyone who is on bond, who's at your home, at your job, wherever you may be, doesn't matter if you're out of county, out of state, at your job, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. You will be required to appear in person in the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. That will mean you will have to get an Uber or a Lyft. If you get the VIA bus, which I used to take, they didn't give change back then. And my understanding, they still don't give you change. And you know how difficult it is to find exact change when you need it. If you decide to drive downtown once your Zoom privileges have been revoked, that's going to avoid you driving around a lot because there are more one-ways and there's a lot of constructions. If you're lucky to have parking space, you're going to find that parking is very expensive. If you double park, you're probably going to end up getting towed. So these are the rules. To the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of those things, you'll be sent back. That mask that you have doesn't work as a chin strap. I guarantee you, if you were wearing that in hockey, it wouldn't protect you from the puck. So everyone, you need to make sure your mask covers your mouth and your nose. That goes for you, RMG. What is this guy's name here? The young man. Normo 16B, he needs to put on his mask and put it on appropriately. I don't know if he can hear or not. To everyone who's at your home, you need to find a stationary place. This is not your chance to cook breakfast. It's not your chance to run errands. If you're at work, you need to let your employer know that you need to take a break. If you're in a vehicle, you need to pull over to the side and stop driving. I'm not going to be a witness to an accident. I'm not going to cause an accident. To all attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, You need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed on the screen as Ferguson coordinator. To all attorneys, I'm going to call your name in the order that you'll appear. If you see that you're low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you Zoom to another courtroom and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. To all the defendants and those who are accused, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you don't hear your attorney's name, it's because they're Zooming in another court or out of county or had to appear in person in another court. Please be patient. To Aram G, 16B, are you able to hear me? You need to put on your mask and wear it properly.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The masks are to protect people around you, not so much to protect you, even though it is designed to do that as well. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. Kurt May, Albert Gutierrez, Ben Stevenson, Charles Gold, Lauren Lefton, Eric DeWalt, Ed Camara, Ignacio Beretta, Isidro Montoya, John Gilmore, Ed Bartholomew, Nathaniel Navy, Mick Aguilera, Mary Peterzak, Robert Porter, William David, David McLean, Ray Adams, and David Garcia. Is there any defense attorneys whose name that I have missed? Jonathan Chavez, I have you.
Yeah, Judge Ron Ross.
Any other attorney?
Roberto Ramirez. Your Honor.
All right, Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Guillermo Lara. All right, attorneys.
You're Ms. Ferguson. Also, I'm here on Brianne Farinas. My name is Paul Essenberg.
Okay, are you an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm not Ms. Ferguson, I'm Judge Boyd.
Oh, I apologize, Judge. I got in on the very beginning of the Zoom. I apologize. I've just recently been hired on Mr. Brianne Fairness's case.
Time out.
Yes, ma'am.
You're skipping in line. If you want to put in the chat box and see if any other attorneys would allow you to go first, then the court will allow you to go first. Is there any attorney who will let Mr. Paul Essenberg go before you? And I hear silence, so you're in line.
Your Honor, I will. I will, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're the only one. Mr.
I have all morning.
Stevenson, I'll switch you out from third.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, attorneys, you need to make sure that you change your name or add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. I'm going to assign you to breakout rooms. When I assign you to the breakout room, think of those breakout rooms as a doctor's office. When you get called to the back, you're not seeing the doctor right away. They're checking your weight and your blood pressure. As you can see, there are more attorneys than prosecutors. Prosecutors do have the ability to move in and out of the breakout room. If you leave that breakout room, what will end up happening, the prosecutor will see that room is empty and they will go to the next room. So we'll start with Kurt May.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here with John Gilmore, and I think we do need a breakout.
Who is your client?
It's Mr. Espinoza. John, help me. Do you have the
Rogelio Espinoza.
Okay, John, thank you for changing your name. Kurt, he's holding up his end. He changed the name. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Let me create breakout rooms. Everyone, just give me a moment. It's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a room. All right, Kurt May, no one go to a breakout room. I don't know why it did that. Kurt May, I'm going to send you. Just one moment. attorneys still went to a breakout room after I told them not to go. Just 1 second. All right, everyone, it's going to invite you to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. The computer is doing strange things today. And I see Caitlin Wilkes went to a breakout room. So just give me a moment. All right, so everyone, when I open the breakout rooms, it's going to ask for everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room until I call you by name and assign you to a room. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get lost in a breakout room and no one's going to come and visit you. Okay. So breakout room number 1 will be John Gilmore and Kurt May. If you'll go to breakout room number 1, please. Albert Gutierrez, who do you have?
Adrian Rodriguez, CTD, Your Honor.
Thank you for changing your name.
I figured it out on my iPhone, Judge, as I sit very near your courtroom, by the way.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Let me find you. All right, Paul Essenberg, who do you have? You're on mute.
Brianne Farinas, Your Honor.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe that's criminal trial, Your Honor. I know it's not family violence.
All right. And I'm going to put something in the chat box to you, Mr. Essenberg.
Yes, ma'am. It's my very first appearance in this court, Your Honor, so I'm just feeling my way.
Sure, no problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Charles Gold. Thank you. I'm going to send you to number 6. Thanks for changing your name.
Happy Monday, Judge. This is where my guy's already been sentenced, but he has long COVID, and I emailed you and Ms. Norma the last test, and I gave it to Tom.
Okay, let me send you to a breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson will meet you there and give you a reset date.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, if you can go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Laura Lefton. And Ms. Ferguson,
morning.
can you give Mr. Gold his date? Let Mr. Gold that he needs to come back to the main room. Ms. Lefton, thank you for changing your name. I'm
No
going to send
problem.
you to number 5.
Okay, I would like to specifically request Marcus because we had been working on this already. So I'm happy to wait till whenever he's
Oh,
available.
just 1 second. All right, I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everyone, just give me one moment. All right, Eric DeWalt,
Good morning, Your Honor.
thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 7.
Your Honor, if I may, I chatted to Ms. Ferguson and I requested a copy of the MTR on 12/1 and 12/12. So I'm still waiting for a copy of the MTR.
All right, if you put your email address in the chat box and put it into the chat box to the probation officer, she's listed as CLO Reyes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ed Camara,
Yes, good morning, Judge.
good morning. Thank you for changing your name.
I just made up that name.
I'm going to send you number 8. It's always fun when you're here.
Thank you, Judge.
Ignacio, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 9.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Isidro Montoya.
Good morning, Judge. I'm still trying to figure out how to change the name, so I
Oh, are you on a
apologize.
computer?
Yes, Judge.
If you go to, when you go to your computer, I'm going to tell you so you can do it for next time. When you go into your computer, if you click on participants and click on your name, it'll ask you if you want to rename and you just add to your name. So what's your client's name?
Jose Isagiri, Judge. It's a family violence and it's an MTR.
How do you spell the last name?
Isagiri is Isaguirre.
Thank you. I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. John Gilmore. He's with the other attorney. Ed Bartholomew, who do you have?
That's Your Honor, and we visited last week. He's still.
No, who do you have?
Well, that was Cedric. John McGish, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send you 11.
Your Honor, we won't.
Yes.
We won't need to.
I cannot hear you, Mr. Bartholomew.
I said he won't. He wants a trial, and of course, I'm sheltering in for the next 14 days, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll probably need.
All right, I'm going to have to send you to a breakout room to confirm the trial date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1. And after you get your trial date, you need to come back to the main room.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Norma, if you can go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am. And Charles should be back, Judge.
Thank you. Charles Gold.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pimentel, is he on the Zoom?
I think so, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Just give me
Oh,
one
there he
moment.
is.
To the clerks, I do not have the file on Pimentel.
I'll get it, Judge.
All right, Mr. Pimentel, where are you?
Right here, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Pimentel, I appreciate your situation, but this case is not going to drag on for years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is, we've been resetting this case since July 21st, 2021. So what date did she give you, Mr. Gold?
January the 4th.
All right, so you're going to be in court on January 4th. Bring your mask and make sure it's, I think they're P95s, and you will receive your sentence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to be in the 187th at 9 a.m.
January 4th.
Yes, court is located at 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Gold, you and your client are excused. We'll see you in court on January 4th.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Nathaniel Navy.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Thank you for changing your name.
You're welcome.
I'm going to send you to number 10.
Thank you.
Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. This is a continuation from a plea last week. If I can go to a breakout room with my client, Aisha Ortiz, to complete the paperwork.
All right, I'm sending you to number 11. Aisha Ortiz, if you can go to number 11. Isidro Montoya.
Judge, my microphone conked out. I apologize. Just need to send back to the breakout room.
What is your client's name again, please?
Jose Isaguirre, Judge, it's an MTR. I apologize.
No problem. Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Family violence, Judge.
Just one moment. I'll send you to number 12.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mary Peterzak.
Morning, Judge.
Thank you for changing your name.
Thank you, Judge. So I have a little bit of a predicament. I have to be at the courthouse for a jury trial. I was hoping to get there and then log back in here and then go into a breakout room, but I wanted to not lose my place in line.
Okay, that's fine. But I will tell you, your breakout room was going to be 13. That's a lucky room. So now it's going to go to someone else.
Well, that's okay, Judge. Somebody else can take some luck today. I got plenty to go around.
All right, we'll see you back.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Robert Porter, you're in lucky breakout room number 13.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Monday has become awesome. Bill Davidson. Bill Davidson. Going once, going twice. David McLean.
Good morning, Judge.
Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 14.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ray Adams.
Yes. My
Oh,
client.
thank you for changing your name.
Thanks for telling me how.
I'm going to send you to number 15.
Thank you, Judge.
David Garcia. David Garcia going once.
Good morning, Judge.
All right. Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 16.
Thanks, Judge.
Jonathan Chavez. All right, I see he's not in the courtroom. Ron Ross.
Judge, we need a trial setting. Tom, I've been dealing with Tom on this case. But
What is your client's name?
Gregory Morrison. I think we were here, we announced that we were ready for trial on the 1st, and you said come back today and you would give us a trial date.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 with Miss Ferguson. Miss Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please. Ed Bartholome. And Miss Ferguson, I need Ed Bartholome back, please. Roberto Ramirez. Roberto Ramirez. Guillermo Lara.
Yes, Your Honor. Robert Ramirez here. Sorry about that.
All right, I'll send you to number 17.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guillermo Lara. Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Judge. Hello. I'm here on Jason Moxley. I think it's Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you to number 18.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ben Stevenson,
Yes, Your Honor. I need to confer with both Criminal Trial Division and Family Violence, please.
I'll send you to number 19.
I thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, is there any attorney who has not been assigned? Raimundo Alamon, who do you have?
Ramiro Cervantes, Your Honor, he's a jail inmate.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Oh, yeah, criminal trial.
I'll send you to number 20. Is there any attorney who has not had their name called and been assigned to a breakout room? Hi, John.
Well, madam,
All right.
I
who's
have
your,
I have
client?
Amethyst Garcia today. I didn't get the notice said that it was sent out yesterday in the afternoon. I guess I'm lucky I didn't go to Lake Charles this weekend.
So
I didn't have anything set today.
who's a criminal? Is it criminal trial or family violence?
Trial.
Okay, John, I am going to send you to 21. That's a lucky breakout room in Lake Charles. I'm sure is missing you right now.
They probably are. My wife is laughing. She says that's a great number. Thank you.
You're welcome. Guillermo Lara,
Yes, Your Honor.
who do you have?
Christopher Diaz, Family Violence.
Send you to breakout room number 22.
Thank you.
All right, any other attorney that has not been assigned to a breakout room?
Morning, Judge.
Have you been assigned to? No, okay. I'll send you to 23.
Judge, if I may, I've got to appear in the same court Ms. Petrasic does to pick a jury, potentially. But I can come back around after that announcement.
All right, thank you.
And Your Honor, it's Eddie Brovanek. If you hear Mr. Brooks in the background, that's because he's right next to me. I also have not been assigned to a breakout room, but that's because I was only here 20 seconds ago.
Okay, who's your client?
Marco Antonio Contreras. Frankly, Judge, this is
Wait, what's the last name?
Contreras.
Okay.
Frankly, this is the one where you told us to come back so you could give us a trial date. I mean, he's rejected each and every offer. I'm not.
Oh, let's see what happens. It's Monday. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Judge.
All right, any other attorney who hasn't been assigned?
Judge,
Okay.
I've been assigned, but I talked to Marcus and I need to see my client. Can you reassign me with my client, Richard Muskies?
All right, you can go back to number 8.
Okay,
And is your client on bond or in custody?
he's in jail.
All right, Mr. Muskies, I'm sending you to breakout room number 8. Please go to number 8. Your attorney will meet you there. So he should be meeting you there, Mr. Camara.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, can you resend me to the breakout room, please?
You were not asked to go to a breakout room?
Okay.
Were you not here for the instructions this morning?
No, ma'am, we weren't aware of the court date until his person
No,
called
you were
me.
not asked or requested to go to that breakout room. So if
Okay,
your
yes,
attorney
ma'am.
wants
Thank
you in a
you.
breakout room, your attorney will ask for you. And
Thank
this is
you.
not your first time on this Zoom. So you
No,
know
ma'am.
the rules of the court, and the rules of the court are, if your attorney wants you in a breakout room, your attorney will request you.
Yes, ma'am, I apologize. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Ignacio Beretta.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Israel Moncada, is hiring an attorney and needs some additional time. So I told him he would have to ask you about that. He's on Zoom.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Mr. Mercado, you were here to hire an attorney previously. Where are you
Yes,
on
ma'am.
hiring an attorney?
I'm gonna need a little more time because he said he's busy with a lot of clients right now. I
No,
was
here's the
gonna
thing. We're not
see if
doing that. He's busy with a lot of clients. Have you hired him or not?
One moment.
Because
I'm sorry. What was
you need
that?
to find a stationary place.
Yes, it's just because some big rigs just got here.
The last 11 years, I've had usage of that land.
Okay, ma'am.
You should have said something about it way before now.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was outside and big rigs got here, so it's kind of loud. Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm in a stationary place.
You need to raise your camera because I'm seeing only the top of your head.
Yes, ma'am.
We were here last time for you to obtain an attorney. The
Yes.
court is not going to allow this. The attorney I want to hire is busy right now, and therefore give me some time when the attorney is not busy. That's not the way this works. Either you're
Yes, ma'am.
going to hire him or you're not going to hire him. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you hiring him?
Yes, I'm gonna hire Schaefer.
And when is this happening?
I need about just 2 weeks. I'm gonna hire him actually today.
And I have in here something about blood results. Do you know what that's about, Mr. Beretta?
Yes, Your Honor. It's actually, this case is a companion case, I guess, with a DWI case. The blood results came in, but they also were asking for a drug screen, which is, I don't know whether it's come in or not. I've looked for it and I haven't seen it come in yet. But that's
Have
out of county court.
Have you talked to the prosecutor about this?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecutor has told me that we could not make a deal that would encompass the DWI case. I've gotten an offer for the felony case in your court, and but I'm going to have to do a separate deal with the county court on the DWI.
Because what I have here is from August 10th, I have blood results, defendant to either plea on misdemeanor or felony. That's what I was informed of. And that's from August.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I'm just telling you what I know as of right now. There is no plea on the drug case. I'm sorry, on the DWI case, which involves the drug screen. I mean, or the lab report. I do have an offer on the felony case, which is the evading case. It's a state jail felony case. That's where we are right now. So
who's the prosecutor who's on this?
The prosecutor is Brittany.
It's been
Judge, it was me.
All right, so Ms. Sparks, what I have on this case from August 10th, 2021, I gave a regular reset for September 14th. And what I have in my notes is saying that blood results were pending, defendant to either plea on misdemeanor or felony.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was speaking with Ignacio prior to Brittany, and I think it may have been a misstatement or miscommunication. Our plan, our hope was that he would plead to the misdemeanor, TIC the felony. He hasn't wanted to do that. And so I believe at the last setting, we had an agreement, but then his client changed his mind and said he wanted to hire an attorney.
Well,
Okay.
my client never agreed. We did have.
Well, let's
an
do this.
offer.
Mr. Beretta, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your client. Mr. Israel,
Yes.
Mankata, I'm sending you to a breakout room with your attorney.
Okay.
Your attorney is going to be in breakout room number 9. Please go to breakout room number 9.
Okay.
Nipa Carrillo,
Did you want me to go to number 9 as well?
yes.
I'm not sure what to do there with him. He's not.
No, he hasn't
Just
hired an attorney, so you're his attorney. Let him know what the offer is. He can either accept it or reject it, and then we'll go from there. Ms.
Yes,
Carrillo,
ma'am.
who do you have?
Yes, I have Anthony Baker. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Family violence.
I'm gonna send you to number 24.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge Eddie Brovanek.
Yes.
I received the same offer from Marcus. I passed on the same offer to my client. I got the same response. It's like that song, second verse, same as the first.
I'm gonna
or
send you
another
to,
way to put it, it's like trying to reason with an Aggie.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1. I think some of the Aggies are gonna be upset with you, but I'll send you to number 1 to get a trial date. And Ms. Ferguson, those attorneys who are receiving trial dates from you need to come back to the main room, and none of them have so far. Ron Ross. Yes, you're on mute, Mr. Ross. All right, Mr. Ross, after you're on mute, we'll get to you.
I'm here, Judge.
Yes.
Yeah, we have set a trial date of February the 15th. Norma got Tom in there to get an agreement, so we've got an agreement of February the 15th.
All right, just one moment. All right, where's Gregory Morrison?
He's in jail.
No, I mean, I need him to speak up on the Zoom screen.
Right.
Everyone, it's Monday, but we've been here before.
I don't think he's at his chair, Judge. I see his screen, but there's nobody at that chair.
Norma, can you have Mr. Morrison brought, please? Mr. Ross, do you have all the discovery?
I do, Judge.
All right, just give us a moment while I get your client here so I can make sure that he's aware of when his trial date is.
Yes, ma'am.
So just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other attorney who has not been assigned to a breakout room? All right, Laura Lefton.
Hi, Judge. I spoke with Marcus. We did have a plea planned for today. My only question, and maybe you have more information, is I did see something about a felony mental health pretrial diversion program, and I didn't know if that's something, if Marcus agreed to it, my client could be considered for, or how that works.
When would this be happening? Does anybody want to, if you want to contact the 437 and see if they are accepting participants and see if your client would be accepted. So if you want to contact the coordinator over there, and just come back here after you've contacted that court coordinator.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I'm here on 3. I believe Ray has conferred on Saul Jaime, and we were set on discovery compliance for Kendall Blount and Martin Lopez. And I have an MTR, Albert Saucedo. think they're all CTD except for Saul.
Okay.
Kendall Blunt is family violence too.
Oh, yeah, I forget that part.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Kurt May.
Yes, Your Honor, we have conferred, and we have a new prosecutor, Michelle Hayden, who literally in 30 days has done more work on this case than the prior prosecutor. I tell you that because we just received 126 pages of material last week. We have reviewed it as well as a SANE exam. It has opened up more questions than answers. Both the state and the defense would like 30 days to assure ourselves we have all the discovery. We've initiated discussion for possible resolution, but there are some serious issues of prior non-disclosure by the previous prosecutor. We're going to put that in an advisory to the prosecutor for consideration, and we would ask for 30 days to come back for a discovery review.
All right, just give me one moment.
Just, Judge, I just want to mention to my knowledge, I did turn over the SANE exam. We didn't know it existed or had it been done. It's not something that was in the
Michelle,
state's possession.
she left.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, Ms. Hayden, you were going to say something?
Oh, I was just saying that we requested and did find that there was a SANE exam that was done and uploaded it to eDiscovery as soon as we got it. To my knowledge, I don't think any previous prosecutor had this in their possession or knew about it. It's not something that would be deemed in the state's possession, not an agent of the state. So I just don't want it to seem like I'm agreeing that there were any violations or anything like that. I know defense is raising this issue, but that's something that we can deal with.
Okay. Oh, no. And as you know, I always keep an open mind to everything. I'm willing to listen to everything. And I don't know anything as far as the discovery, but I'm glad the defense has what they're asking for. So what we're going to do is, Mr. May.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you all have that discovery, because I have from April 8th, it says defense attorney and expert were to watch a video. Then we were to come back on May 13th. Then we came back on June 17th. Then it was recalled for the defense to file motions on July 26th. And then it was to come back on August 30th for defense to file motions. And then we were called for August 30th also for discovery. And then we were reset on October 5th because the defendant was ill. And so now we are here. So state, are you tendering a new offer to the defense, or is the offer remaining the same, or you need more time to evaluate with the new evidence? Well, I wouldn't say new evidence, but with the additional evidence that you have.
Judge, a new offer hasn't been tendered. I mean, it seems like, you know, they've brought up these other legal issues that they may want to raise. They haven't filed anything yet, but some of this discovery was just, I think the SANE exam was just uploaded a few days ago. And then the counseling records, I think they just picked up the CD on Friday. So there hasn't been a lot of time for them to go over that.
All right, this is what we're gonna, yes?
Oh, sorry. The counseling records have been at the 5th floor window for a couple weeks, but I think they were just picked up on Friday.
Okay, so this is what the court is going to do. We're going to recall this on January 20th, Mr. May and Mr. Gilmore.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If the state is not going to tender a new offer, that will be your plea deadline date. And what will end up happening is your client can either accept the offer or not accept the offer. And then on January 20th, the court will give you your jury trial date. So
Your
So
Honor,
you'll,
John Gilmore.
that will be your plea deadline date unless the state tenders a new offer. Yes, Mr. Gilmore?
I apologize, Your Honor, for interrupting. Mr. May and I are specially set in Brownsville for federal sentencing on January 20th. Is there a way that we could maybe do it a couple days before or the day after at this court's convenience?
Okay. Just one moment. Ms. Ferguson, can you put in the chat box a date other than January 20th for a plea deadline date, please? And this is on Rogelio Espinoza. All right, are you able to come on January 21st?
Yes, Your Honor, that works great.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Is your client in custody or on bond?
On bond, Your Honor.
Mr. Espinoza, where are you? Rogelio Espinoza? We're going to be back on January 21st.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Your Honor.
All right, and let me see if Mr. Gregory Morrison is here. All right, Ignacio Beretta.
Yes, Your Honor. My client still wants to hire an attorney.
All right, Norma, on Israel Mancata. If I can have a date in the chat box, first week in January. Mr. Mancata, where are you?
I'm here, ma'am.
All right, didn't I say that your video was not to go dark if you were on the screen, if you were a defendant?
Yes.
So why are you having your video go dark?
It's dark.
You stopped your video, and that is not allowed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can you give me a date, please? All right, you're going to come back on January 4th. You'll need to appear in person. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa.
Yes, ma'am.
And you will need to have your attorney at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Beretta, you'll still be his attorney until that other attorney files that he is retained.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Beretta, Mr. Beretta, you can appear by video, but your client must appear in person.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Beretta, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Eddie Brovanek.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, on Marco Contreras, what is happening?
The short answer is we are coming back for trial on December 18th.
No, we're not coming back on December 18th for trial.
I'm so sorry. My mind is not working well. January 18th of next year. I will probably say January 18th of 2021 next.
Yes. All right, where's your client? Marco Contreras, where are you?
Your Honor, it's Marco Contreras.
Marco Contreras, where are you?
Right here. Good morning.
Mr. Contreras, it's the court's understanding you're requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Brovanek, have you received all discovery?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
It was, Your Honor.
Mr. Contreras, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date will be on January 18th. Your plea deadline date has expired. What that means is that the court is not going to accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you decide to plea, it will have to be open to the court. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
If you are on bond, you will need to appear in the 187 District Court dressed for trial at 9 a.m. A jury will be waiting to hear your case. That's January 18th at 9 a.m., 300 De La Rosa. If you are still at the Bexar County Jail, you will be brought over dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you want to appear in specific clothes, you have to make an arrangements with your attorney for that. Do you understand?
Okay.
That's either yes or no.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, 16G can go back. That's Marco Contreras. Mr. Brovenick, you're excused.
Judge, may I ask you one question procedurally?
Yes.
So will we pick a jury on Tuesday and start testimony on Wednesday? It's just been so long
Yes.
since I've been in front of you.
Yes,
Okay.
we will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Laura Lefton.
Hi, Judge. Thank you. Do you like the hand raising or is it annoying?
Oh, no, I love the hand raising.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to seem like
And
feel
I
like
will tell you, no, I think the hand raising is great. And who is Zoom user Usario? Yes.
Oh, can I?
Just one second. Mr.
Okay.
Usario? All right, I'm sorry. Yes, I do like the hand raising. And
Okay,
it's
good.
always amazing to see the different color hands. Everybody's doing orange today.
Oh, I
So-
didn't know you had an option of hand color.
Yes, you do. Okay,
Oh,
so what
man.
is happening with Mr. Gonzalez?
So, Marcus has agreed to the felony pretrial diversion program. I just spoke with Sally Unkefer, who is, in the magistrate court. She told me what I need to do is send an email to her, Marcus, and then a woman, her name is Melissa, where she runs the mental health program, and I have her email address, that he's allowed to be in the program. They're going to screen him, see if he meets the qualifications, which I believe he should. And if he's accepted, it's out of the 379th. Actually, it's a year-long program, and his case would be dismissed upon successful completion of it. So I think this is the right approach for him rather than a plea, to be honest.
All right, Norma, there's going to be a request for evaluation for the mental health program. Can we have a reset date on Aram Gonzalez in the chat box, please?
And if the court would like, I'm happy to include Norma also on the email, so y'all know that, I'm taking the steps to get
Yes,
him.
please do.
And before we're excused, if I could go to a breakout room with my client to explain what I just did, since I changed everything, I would appreciate
Sure.
it.
Rebecca, do you see what page Mr. Aram Gonzalez is on?
He is on 15.
All right, thank you. All right, your new date is going to be January 21st.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He is in custody. So, but he may need you to actually put him in the breakout room. He's not, I don't think, the most technology savvy.
All right, let me see if I see him on the Zoom screen. I do not see him on the Zoom.
Let me see if
He's on there. He's 16B.
Thank you.
16, I'm sorry, which one?
16B.
Ah, there he is. Okay. All right, I'm going to send him to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, ma'am.
And let me find you. All right, Lauren Lefton, I'll send you to number 1.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, next on Gregory Morrison, he is now here. What date did you receive, Mr. Ross?
February the 15th.
All right, Mr. Morrison.
Yes.
All right, my understanding is that you're rejecting the state's offer. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, Mr. Ross, have you received all the discovery?
I have, Judge.
All right, Mr. Morrison, what will happen with your case is your jury trial, Mr. Ross, you said set for February 15th?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, we're going to come back on February 15th. That will be your jury trial date. Your plea deadline date has expired. So what that means is the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case after today. If you wish to enter a plea, it will have to be a plea that's open to the court. Do you understand?
I do.
What will happen is on that date, if you're still in custody, you'll be brought to the 187th dressed for jury trial. What you will be dressed in is whatever you have at the jail. So if you want a different type of attire, you have to make arrangements with your attorney to have that happen. And Mr. Ross, if there is an issue that comes up with the exchange or something is not working right, please just let the court know and we'll see what we can do to make that happen. If you are on bond, Mr. Morrison, you'll need to appear in the 187 District Court dressed for trial. The jury will be prepared and waiting to hear your case. Do you understand?
I do.
All right. Mr. Ross, is there anything else?
Just one comment to my client. As we've talked, I'll be meeting with you. It'll be after the first of the year, sir.
All right, Norma, 16E can go back. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Morrison and Mr. Ross.
Yes, ma'am.
Albert Gutierrez.
Good morning, Your Honor. We have Albert Gutierrez on behalf of Adrian Rodriguez. We have attempted resolution and we cannot get there, so we will need a trial date.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room and Ms. Ferguson will meet you there for a trial date. I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Let me see which previous breakout room you were in.
I was in number 4, Judge.
Thank you.
Where my client still is, by the way.
All right, I'll send you to number 1 and I'll have your client come to the main session. Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with the ADA, and since my client has pled in the misdemeanor, now she's planning to submit a dismissal in this case. And
All
I
right,
believe
let me look and see if I have that. Just one moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, on Mr. Calderon, I just signed the dismissal. I received it, so you and your client are excused.
Your Honor, I believe he's in the courtroom.
All right, to the courtroom, can you let Mr. David Cerna Calderon know that his case has been dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
All right, Rebecca, do you see what page that is on?
That's on page 16, Judge.
Thank you. All right, and Kelly Piddle on Wilburn.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, on Miss Wilburn, the court signed a dismissal. Were you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor, I just saw it.
Okay, then that has been signed and you and your client are excused.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, you too. What page is Wilburn on?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you're welcome. Which page?
On 15.
Thank you.
I can leave now.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me a moment. Nothing's in alphabetical order.
And Judge, when you get a chance, I sent you a chat.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Rebecca. I will take that up. Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. Again, I went to a breakout with my client. We've attempted to do paperwork. She is having great difficulty with her email. So she has arrived in the courtroom. And if I could have somebody route her paperwork to a courtroom computer so that she can complete the paperwork.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1.
Yeah, and she should be in the courtroom right now.
Okay, I'll send you to number 1 if you can let them know in number 1. Jonathan Chavez, I will take you up in just one moment. Ed Camara.
Yes, Judge, we need a trial date. We've conferred and haven't reached any agreement.
I'll send you to number 1. They'll give you a trial date, and when you get your trial date, you need to come back. Albert Gutierrez.
Yes, Judge, we have a trial date.
All right, let me pull your file. All right, what is your trial date?
January 11th, 2022.
Just one moment. All right, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Judge, I believe I have.
And was an offer tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where is Adrian Rodriguez?
He could be in breakout room number 4 unless he was pulled back in, Judge. I don't know.
I'm here.
Oh, no, there he is. There he is. Sorry.
All right, your jury trial date is January 11th. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting the state's offer?
No, ma'am.
No, are you accepting the state's offer or not? All right, let me do it this way. Mr. Rodriguez, did you receive an offer from the state? Yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Are you accepting that offer? Yes or no?
No.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, your jury trial date then will be on January 11th. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. So what will happen is if you are still at the Bexar County Jail, you will be brought over to the court dressed for trial. A jury will be waiting and prepared to hear your case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are still in custody, the clothes that you will be brought over wearing are the clothes that you have at the Bexar County Jail. Mr. Gutierrez, if there's an issue with clothing exchange, please let the court know before that date. Mr. Rodriguez, if you're released on bond, you will need to appear in court on January 11th for your jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused, Mr. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Robert Porter.
Good morning, Your Honor. We were in front of this court 2 weeks ago on Mr. Delgado. The court had admonished him when we rejected everything or the plea agreement, and she recalled it for today to give us our trial date, and we have one set up.
All right, let me grab the file. All right, where's your client, Angel Delgado?
Hopefully in the jail.
Yes. Hey, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Delgado. Has an offer been tendered to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
We have, Your Honor.
And defense, what jury trial date were you given?
It was February the 2nd. I mean, February 1st.
All right, Mr. Delgado, we will see you on February 1st for your jury trial. If you are still in jail, what will happen is you will be brought over dressed for trial. You will be dressed in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you need different clothing, that will have to be arranged through your attorney, Mr. Porter. If there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know. Mr. Delgado, however, if you're bonded out, then you will need to appear in court at 9 a.m. February 1st for jury trial, dress for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Porter. You're excused.
Your Honor, briefly, can I go speak with Mr. Delgado and then we could leave from there?
Yes, I'll send you to breakout room number 2, but you'll need your client to come back to the main room.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Delgado, if you could go to breakout room number 2 to speak with your attorney. That date was for Delgado to the courtroom. It's Angel Delgado. All right, John Mendoza, where are you? John Mendoza.
Here, Your Honor. Could you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm right here.
All right, do you know why you're here, Mr.
Yes.
Mendoza?
Yes, my probation officer told me for a hearing. I'm having problems finishing my community service hours because I'm the only one working. My wife got affected with Corona, and I was the only one working, and I started getting behind on the bills, and I have not been able to do my donations. As of now, I'm still sick right now, ma'am, a little bit, but I'm still trying to work. And all
Well,
I'm asking
here's the thing. They are asking to extend you. If you're extended, then that's going to be an issue. Rebecca, do you know if he's been given the 40 hours deduction if he's provided proof for a COVID vaccination?
I'll look at it right now, Judge.
Have you been vaccinated? Here's the thing. I just want you to think about that. I'm not requiring anyone to obtain the vaccination, but if you obtain the vaccination, then 40 hours of your community service restitution will be deducted.
40 hours?
Yes.
Okay. My probation officer told me, but I think he told me it was only 20 at the moment. I don't know right now.
I'm sorry, just stop. Rebecca?
It has not been applied.
All right. So that will mean that if the 40 hours, if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination, that would leave you with the total of, I think, 18 hours, 18.62 community service hours. So you need to have that completed. There has been so little that has been asked of you since you've been on probation. You had to do the batter's intervention course. I see that you've done that. So when do you think you will have those 18 hours done? And I think there's plenty of way to get those 18 hours done now because everybody has a food bank or some kind of food drive they're doing or somewhere where you can get those community service hours. I don't think you want to be extended, 6 months because you're trying to do 18 hours.
Judge,
No,
and I
ma'am.
sent you a
No.
chat.
I'm sorry. Yes, Rebecca?
I sent you a chat.
Yes. So you're going to get extended. Rebecca, we're going to extend him for a month. Okay, Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long do you think you'll be able to get that done within a month? Because you only have 18 hours and there is more than 18 days in the month of January. If you were to do an hour a day or 30 minutes a day, you will be done.
So I could go work for my hours as well?
Yes, you need to get your community service hours done.
Okay, yes, because at first I had given donations to the food bank, but I could get them done within the month, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to extend you for 1 month. So be sure to get that done, okay? I know people say, oh, what does that mean? Why are you being so harsh? But there was so little asked of you on probation, and part of probation is to give back to your community. You understand?
Yes, Your
That's
Honor.
part of rehabilitation. So I'm going to extend you for 1 month. Okay, so just give us a moment. We're going to get to you in just a moment. James Escamilla. You need to unmute. All right, Mr. Escamilla, what is your issue?
Yes, ma'am. My probation officer told me to come to this hearing because I was having trouble completing some of the classes or courses that were given to me as my conditions for probation.
All right, so here's the problem with you.
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't completed intensive outpatient treatment.
Yes, ma'am.
You were discharged unsuccessfully. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? And you were discharged from batteries intervention. Now, let me just tell you, that batteries intervention prevention course, you have to complete that because you're charged with assault, family, choking, strangulation.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you want this issue to be addressed with you while you're at the Bexar County Jail? Because I will have probation file a motion to revoke your deferred adjudication. And if that is filed, and if it's found true, I could sentence you up to 10 years in prison. So do you want that?
No, ma'am.
So why must we have this discussion? How old are you?
I'm 22 years of age. Ma'am.
All right, so you're old enough to know better. Why do I have to have this discussion with you as though you're a child to tell you that you need to do what you need to do in order to complete your probation?
Yes, ma'am. It was because I was having trouble finding a job at the time. Like I had mentioned to my probation officer, Sheena Taylor. So there were multiple times where I just couldn't pay some
No, this has
bills.
been going on since August, and it's been going on since August. You can't pay, but you can use cocaine. Now, I do realize that in the big scheme of things, people usually will share marijuana. Nobody pays. Sometimes they'll ask you to put money in. This is not from my own personal experience because I've never done marijuana, but this is what I've heard. But I've never heard of anyone giving people free cocaine for more than a day. Maybe a drug dealer will give you free cocaine the first time to get you hooked, but after that, it's not free. So you've been finding money to take cocaine, but you can't find money to do your batteries intervention course. That's going to stop. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If it doesn't stop, we are not going to have this conversation about you getting your life together and doing what you're supposed to be doing on probation. The next conversation is either going to be from you at the Bexar County Jail wearing orange because a motion to revoke has been filed, or you're in court because you've made bond on a motion to revoke. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I see here I ordered parenting classes for you. It's not good that I ordered parenting classes for you and you're using drugs, because that means that you have children and you're using drugs. And I'm sure your children would prefer a Christmas with gifts instead of you spending money on cocaine.
Yes, ma'am.
Although, as a side note, people, Christmas is not supposed to be about the gifts. I always tell the story on Little House on the Prairie when Laura Ingalls Wilder and her sister couldn't get gifts, and their mother said, it's not their birthday, it's the baby Jesus' birthday. But that being said, children still would like some gifts, and they can't get them from you because you're spending it on drugs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative, ma'am.
All right, you're going to give me a drug test today. Are you still sticking with the negative?
Sorry, positive.
All right, what are you going to be positive for?
Solely for cocaine. I talked to my probation officer about my last because I was on the drug patch, and and it came out positive like about 2 weeks. It should be all on the paperwork that I was clean and everything. I couldn't, for whatever reason, I just couldn't stop hanging out with the wrong crowd. So now I kind of cut everybody off to make sure that.
Let me explain to you about the wrong crowd.
Yes,
if those other people were in probation out of this court and they came to me and said they were hanging out with the wrong crowd, I would say, well, who is the wrong crowd? Who are these people you're hanging out with? And you know what they tell me? James Escamilla. So don't ever say that you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, because when you're with the wrong crowd, you are a member of the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
And you should be hanging out with your children and being a better father to them.
Right.
And I'm very disappointed that you were dishonest with me, trying to say that you're going to be clean. And then when I hit you with, you're getting drug tested today, and you're like, oh, excuse me, it'll be positive. So you're really in the throes of your addiction. Rebecca, on Mr. Escamilla, this is what we're going to do. I want him evaluated for felony drug court. We're going to do the UA hotline. And if he is waitlisted and not accepted to felony drug court, then I'm going to want intensive outpatient treatment or probation. If he misses a course, then I'm going to want a motion to revoke file. Do you understand, Mr. Escamilla?
What's the, what is it exactly?
Oh, it's an intensive treatment, and it's a 2-year program that you're going to be going to. And you had better be honest with them and tell them about your drug use. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I wanted to request further assistance with that.
Well, that's how we're going to assist you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so if there's another slip up, you're going to have a motion to revoke file and we will hear it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you both, Mr. Mendoza and Mr. Escamilla. I'm going to send you both to breakout room number 2. Probation will meet you there and go over your new conditions.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello?
Mr. Camara.
I'm here. I need a
Yes.
trial date. Oh, I got a trial date, January 4th.
Just one moment.
Hello? Hello? Ed, can you hear me? Hello? Ed, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, 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 hello.
Mr. Muscas, are you in a courtroom? Why are you just shouting in the middle of a courtroom? If you were physically in the courtroom, you would not be shouting in a courtroom. And that's what you're doing right now, and that's inappropriate. And just one moment, Mr. Camara, let me get his file. All right, what date do you have for jury trial, Mr. Camara?
January 4th.
Do you have all the discovery?
Yes.
Mr. Muscas, you can unmute now. Here are the questions for you. Yes.
Hello?
Mr. Muscas, did you receive the offer from the state?
Can I hear it one more time?
Did you receive an offer from the state?
Yes, I did.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be on January 1st.
No, 4th.
I'm sorry, January 4th.
How do I do that?
If you are at the Bexar County Jail, you will be brought over dressed for trial. You will be dressed for trial in whatever clothes you have at the jail. If you wish to have different clothes other than what you have at the jail now, you will need to discuss that and make arrangements with your attorney, Mr. Camara. If there is an issue with regards to his clothing and you're having difficulty with the clothing exchange, let the court know and the court will take care of that. Mr. Muscas, if you are on bond, you will need to appear in person in court on January 4th. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then you are excused, Mr. Camara. And Norma, can you let them know 16A can go back?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And Norma, 14N, Delgado can go back also. And everyone, just give me a moment. And Mr. Chavez, I'm going to take you up. Thank you so much for your patience. Just give me one moment. And also Norma 16G, Marco Contreras can go back. All right, Mr. Chavez.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on Jose Cherubiatis.
Yes.
He is rejecting the plea, so we need a trial date.
All right.
Wait, can we
courtroom?
talk again really quickly?
Yes. To the courtroom. Can you go to
Actually,
breakout
Sorry.
room number 1, please? And they'll meet you in number 1.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I don't know if Caitlin's available. I was conferring with her on Judge Sean Steen. I just need to talk to her real quick.
You're right there.
All right, thank you. Is it Isidro Montoya?
Yes, Judge, how are
Popping
you?
in and
I'm having
popping out.
problems-
What's going on?
having problems with my desktop, Judge. I apologize. I couldn't get it. I did confer with Mr. Garcia on an MTR. I used my cell phone because my microphone's not working. This is my first setting with Mr. Isaguirre. Mr. Garcia said he just got the MTR information this morning. Can I just get a week reset, Judge, so I can fix my desktop?
Just one moment.
No problem, Judge.
All right, and to Tellez and Ortiz, I've signed the documents. All right, just give me one moment, Mr. Montoya. Eduardo
problem.
Jimenez.
Yes, Judge. I'm here on Jason Moxley. And so I could talk to him a little bit about, I already talked to him, I'm sorry, about his case. And I just need some more time to work on it. I was just recently hired on this case. So I was hoping that I would get a little bit more time to work on it, you know, and that's what I'm asking the court for respectfully. I don't know if he's set, I don't know if his former attorney set him on the trial docket, but I think he's considering a plea bargain.
All right, on Mr. Moxley,
Yes, Your
this
Honor.
is recalled for December 10th for his plea deadline date.
Okay, Judge.
And
December
so-
10th.
Yes, and today is the
Yes.
13th.
I mean, I didn't know that when I was hired, but I know it now. I mean, is there any extension at all that's in the stars possibly?
I'll recall this for Wednesday, the 15th,
Wednesday, the 15th? Okay, Judge, thanks. That'll give me a chance.
and that's at 9 a.m. The court is recessing at 12, so that's at 9 a.m. So everyone will need to be here at 9 a.m.
Okay. In person or Zoom?
Yeah, that'll be by Zoom.
By Zoom. Okay, Judge. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I
All
apologize.
right, Ed Bartholomew on Lagish,
She gave us the week of the 24th, Your Honor.
the 24th of.
January, Judge.
All right, where's Mr. Lagish?
That I can't tell you at this point in time, Judge. I'm at home and I got this from
Mr. Lagish?
the other night.
He's present, Your Honor.
All right. If he can come forward. And what date did you say, Mr. Bartholomew?
She said the week of the 24th. I would assume that's the 24th, Judge. First Monday of the month of that week.
Okay, there's no week of, it's either,
Well, that was what she
Let's see.
said. Morning, Sean.
yeah.
No,
Just
Judge,
one second.
I said January 25th is his trial date. So
Okay, 25th, Judge.
All right, Mr. Bartholomew, have you received all the discovery?
I have.
Mr. Bartholomew, have you received all the discovery?
I have, Your Honor. I'm
Mr.
speaking.
Lagish, did you receive an offer from the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date will be on January 25th at 9 a.m. You'll need to come dressed for a trial. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And what I can tell you about dressing for trial, I would always tell my clients as a defense attorney, you don't have to, if you don't have a suit, you don't have to wear a suit. If you're going to wear jeans, it needs, just make sure they're clean and pressed and not any t-shirts. But your attorney will speak to you about that, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if someone can give him a reset form for January 25th for jury trial.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're excused, Mr. Bartholomew.
Thank you. I'll be in touch, Sean.
Judge, I've
Yes.
conferred and we need to set it for trial.
Just one moment. All right, Norma, on Mr. Coleman, can I have a regular 30-day reset, please? And if you can put that in the chat box, it's Vernon Coleman. All right, we're going to come back on January 20th. Have you received all the discovery, Mr. Adams?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Coleman, where are you?
He's in the courtroom.
All right, could I have Mr. Coleman come up, please?
Where the arrows are at, just face forward, please.
All right, Mr. Coleman, have you received an offer from the state?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Coleman, I give plea deadline dates so people can have a chance to consider the state's offer. So January 20th, 2021, I've never given you a plea deadline date before. That's your plea deadline date. What that means is the court will not accept any offers after that date, so you can accept it or reject it on that date. And then what would happen when you come back on that date, if you do not accept the state's offer, then the court will give you your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just remain in court and they'll give you a reset form. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye. All right, the person who's listed as Kevin's A32, who is this? Could you unmute for me? Person in the black.
How you doing, Judge?
Oh, I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm all right. My name is Kevin Vils.
But Kevin Bills, just give us a moment, okay?
Yeah, Mr. Davis is my lawyer.
Okay, just one second. Guillermo Laura?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Yes, Judge, we were given a trial date for February the 8th, Your Honor.
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. I'm sorry, which date?
February the 8th.
Where is Christopher Diaz?
I'm here, Judge.
All right, Mr. Diaz, have you received an offer from the state?
Yes, I have.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, I am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Diaz, your jury trial date is going to be February 8th at 9 a.m. You'll need to appear in court in the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor. You'll need to appear dressed for trial. Your jury trial will be on February 8th. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements because your plea deadline date has expired. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, you're excused. Mr. Laura, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Paul Essenberg.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Yes, who is your client?
My client is Brian Perez Barinas. Case numbers 2017 CR 13177.
Have you conferred with the state?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. McIntyre and I have conferred, and that was what we're proposing to the court, Your Honor, to reset the case 30 days to give my client an opportunity to complete some technical issues contained in the MTR.
And I'm sorry, spell your client's last name?
Farinas, Barinas. You want the case number again, Judge?
Yes, please.
2017 CR 13177.
All right. So where are we headed with this case? I know you're saying the state wants to give your client some time.
Well, the motion to revoke contains some technical issues, and they want to see whether my client is willing to do what's necessary. And we're grateful for the opportunity to show that we can get into compliance, Your Honor, with what's contained in the motion, and to be given that time to get in compliance with the motion.
All right, where is Serena's Pettis?
089. He's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right.
Facing forward.
Mr. Farinas Pettis.
Morning.
Good morning. Listen, I don't take anything that's in the motion to revoke as true because the court has not been presented with any evidence. But on the face of it, it appears that maybe you don't know how to contact probation. So do you understand what you're looking at as far as sentencing? If for any reason this motion were granted, you know you're on deferred adjudication. Do you realize that?
Judge, my client is a Spanish speaker, and if you'd like, I'd be happy to translate.
Yeah. All right. If you can let your client know that he is going to need to report to probation today. And Ms. Ferguson, we need a translator in here, please.
I do speak Spanish, Your Honor, just so the court knows.
No, I understand that, but the probation officer does not, and she's going to have to give him instructions.
I understand.
So, but I am going to require him to report to probation today,
Yes, ma'am.
and he's going to report weekly.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You cut
He's
out.
going to report weekly or in person or by Zoom until this MTR is heard.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, and how much time are you asking for?
Ms. McIntyre, the ADA suggested we reset it for 30 days, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Farinas Pettis in the reset box, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 20th.
And can my client appear via Zoom on the 20th, Your Honor?
No,
He needs to appear in person?
he'll need to appear in person. But before he leaves, we're going to get an interpreter in here so I can let him know what his instructions are, and so that probation can let him know what the instructions are.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, thank you. And I'll put something in the chat box for you.
Just so the court is aware, Mr. Farinas does currently reside in Dallas.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do apologize for my earlier informality.
Okay, no problem. And what we'll do is he can report, he'll be able to report by Zoom to probation weekly if he has the ability to for Zoom. Otherwise, he'll have to report in person. So Just give us a moment until the interpreter comes in, and we'll take that up as soon as the interpreter arrives.
Yes, ma'am.
Right here, Ms. Montoya.
All right, are the attorneys ready on Ortiz? You have your hand raised, Mr. Aguilera. And to the clerks, could you swear Ms. Ortiz in, please? To the courtroom, I'll need you to go to breakout room number 1 for Ms. Ortiz, and the clerks will meet you there to swear her in. And who are the parties on Tellez?
Your Honor, that is me, Eric DeWalt. And I believe it's Brittany for the state.
Yes, Judge, and I'm here.
Okay. Brenna, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2018 CR 12681, State of Texas versus Adrian Rocha Tellez. Can I have the party announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
For the defense?
Eric DeWalt.
And are you Mr. Tellez?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you pronounce your last name? I always mess up with the double S.
It's a Thez. It sounds like a TH.
All right, Tez.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, ma'am.
Objections.
Any objection from the defense?
Oh, sorry. No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Tellez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilty and Revoke Community Supervision, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilty and revoke probation. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Adrian Rocha Tellez who was placed on, Tellez, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 12681 for the offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon on licensed premises on November 7th, 2019 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Adrian Rocha Tellez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May and June of 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
And we're going to waive all other violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of
See you there,
condition
Mr.
number?
Montoya?
Did you, just 1 second.
I'm sorry.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Our agreement is to grant the MTR, adjudicate and deny the application for probation, and sentence the defendant to 2 years in TDC.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor. We would respectfully request to be given credit for time served if possible.
Mr. Tellez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court, as previously stated, is finding violation of condition number 5 true. Court will find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, and give you credit for any time served. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
May I see it one more time, please?
Sure.
And you said, under supervision, that's in the correctional?
She is showing you the second page that we went over, Mr.
Oh,
Tate.
yes.
All right, that's no problem. Did you electronically sign it? And did you
Yes.
understand it? And did you
Yes,
review it
ma'am.
with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there is a question in regards to what constitutes a weapon, you'll need to contact an attorney for that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Tellez, how old are you?
I am 27, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Tellez, here's the thing. This is a felony conviction. You're going to go to prison, you're going to get out. You can make a choice whether or not you want to change your life or not change your life. Don't wake up and find yourself in prison constantly in and out, because you're going to see that your life is going to pass you by. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I surely do.
You still have more of your life in front of you. Don't be the person at the prison when people are trying to figure out, when new people come in and they say, how does this place operate? How does it run? And they say, oh, you need to ask the oldest person who's here, or the person who has the most experience here. You're gonna say, "Who is that?" You're gonna say, Grandpa Tez. Don't be the grandfather at the prison, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Norma, you can let them know that Tez can go back.
Thank you, very well.
Thank you, sir. Good luck. I'll talk to you on the other side. Judge, may I be excused?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Ms. Ferguson, what is the update on the interpreter? Everyone, it's Monday, so this is the day where I talk to myself. All right. Isidro Montoya, I'm sorry, Ben Stevenson.
Hi, Judge. Yes.
Hello, Your Honor.
Yes. What is happening with Alexis Morganfield?
Conferred with Caitlin, and I believe that she wants to give the court an update on her progress. She's been trying to tie together some missing discovery, and she ended up having to replace a DA's investigator in the process, but I believe she would be the best person to report to the court on that, Your Honor.
All right, Caitlin?
Judge, the detective that was initially assigned to the case is no longer with the unit and was very unhelpful in assisting us with some follow-up. So I had to contact a sergeant, and the sergeant reassigned a detective who's now providing us some discovery. So, and that was as early as like 10 days ago that he was finally able to get that assignment. So we're just waiting on some outstanding discovery that should take not a significant amount of time, but like it's going to take a little bit.
We have at least 5 material items of discovery that we should have that we don't have yet. We're willing to wait and work with the state. My client's on bond. We would ask the court, if possible, to address the latest bond motion when the court would like to.
Okay. All right, defense, have you received the motion that the defense has filed? Are you ready to proceed on that or no?
You said defense. Did you
I'm
mean
sorry,
state?
state.
I'm ready, Your Honor. It doesn't really require witnesses. It's more of a conditional agreement that we have that may not be agreeable to the court or defense, if that makes sense.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Everyone, I'm sorry, we're going to leapfrog because I'm going to take the interpreter up. Oh, Mr. Eisenberg, child has been accepted to Baylor. People from LSU are not very happy with that. I don't know why she wouldn't go to LSU, but congratulations on that.
Thank you, Judge.
I don't know how they're going to feel about that in San Antonio or Texas, because I understand that this is UT country.
Well, I do have one that applied to UT. He's waiting to hear, Judge.
Oh, well, good luck to him. Tell him we wish him the best. I guess that's when they say you have a house divided. So I guess your house will be divided.
It will, Judge. My twin girls are applying to Baylor and UT. And I went to Baylor Law School. My wife went to UT Law School. So it's quite the struggle here at our house.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Now you're going to be required to go to all games.
Not a problem, Judge. Not a problem.
All right, Ms. Nero, are you there? Norma?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right. So we're going to do this old school.
Okay.
This is Farinas, F-A-R-I-N-A-S, Perez.
Okay, let me just hold on one moment.
Thank you. And this is not on the record, Ms. Nero.
Oh, okay. So it is Farinas, Perez, Briam, Laza.
Yes. And what I need you to instruct him to do is that he's going to have to report to probation weekly by Zoom or in person.
Okay. Señor Farinas, ¿me escucha?
Sí.
Ok. La jueza está dirigiendo a usted y quiere que usted sepa que se va a tener que reportar con el Departamento de Libertad Condicional semanalmente.
Okay.
Okay.
And he'll need to report back to court in person on January 20th, 2022 at 9 a.m.
Ok, y usted se va a tener que reportar en este tribunal en persona el 20 de enero del 2022 a las 9 de la mañana.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm going to do, Ms. Nero, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 and probation. If you could go to number 1, please, and to the courtroom, if you could go to number 1. And Ms. Reyes, if you'll just give him those instructions. And Mr. Essenberg, if you can go to number 1, and then you can all both be excused from number 1, but your client will need to get a reset form.
Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
Diga, señor.
Como no vivo en San Antonio, me mudé para Dallas. ¿Hay alguna posibilidad que me puedan transferir mi provecho para Dallas con mi abogado o algo que pueda hacer?
Since I don't live here in San Antonio, I live in Dallas. Is there any way that my probation can be transferred to Dallas, either through the probation department or my attorney?
His probation was already requested that it be transferred to Dallas.
El señor ya se había solicitado que su libertad condicional se iba a transferir a Dallas.
Okay, está muy bien.
Okay, very well.
Thank you. So if you all will go to number 1, and Rebecca, if you'll go to number 1, please, and then Paul, you and your client can be excused from that breakout room, and Ms. Nero, you can be excused from the breakout room. Thank you for coming in so quickly.
You're welcome, Judge. Good to see you.
All right, you too.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor, John Young back from breakout room.
Just one second. Ben Stevenson.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Brenda, we're going to go on the record. Everyone put some patience in your pocket. We're working through as quickly as we can. Is your client in the office with you, Mr. Stevenson?
I'm turning my phone so you can see him right now.
All right, thank you.
He's here. The only thing that I would like to urge, my motion is similar to previous motions. The parts
okay, we need to go
new,
on we need to go on the record, Mr. Stevenson.
I'm sorry, when the court's ready.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1804 and 2021 CR 1805, State of Texas versus Alexis Morganfield. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
for the
Ben
defense?
Stevenson for the defendant.
And are you Alexis Morganfield?
I'm right here, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, ma'am.
Any objection from the state?
Oh, Your Honor, sorry.
No problem. Any objection from the defense?
None from my client or myself, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, defense has filed a motion entitled defendants, and each of these cause numbers entitled defendants' fourth motion to modify special conditions of bond. State, have you had a chance to review those motions?
We have, Your Honor, and we're ready to proceed at this time.
All right, state, are you in agreement with the defense's motion?
Yes, with some caveats, and here's the deal. We'd like documentation up front of exactly where and who and how long he will be traveling. I understand that that may not be possible, and at that point, we would be opposed to that motion.
Okay, so
Your Honor.
you're requesting that the defendant provide documentation of locations, is that correct?
Locations and I guess duration of time, and like that it's legit. Like I don't want him just like, you know, walking around Los Angeles saying, oh, let me find the studio. You know, it needs to like be planned in advance.
Defense?
Your Honor, I've had a lot of birthdays, and sometimes I have ideas of things that are slightly outmoded. When I understood my client was a music performer, my understanding, I fitted in with my own mental framework that musicians have concerts or musicians have gigs at venues and things like that. What I now understand from talking with my client a little bit further is that the way that he performs, the way that he makes money is by producing videos and then drops those videos on the internet, and then people view them on the internet, and if enough people view them, he gets paid. So that's apparently the way that it works nowadays. It's a brave new world out there. Features, and also if other artists collaborate with him, and then he ends up featuring on their videos, then he also makes money. A lot of that is spontaneous. The motion is very similar to the prior ones. I wanted to direct the court's attention to paragraphs 4 and 5. Both motions are largely the same. Number 4, simply that my client has been on monitor for in excess of 9 months while we have continued to work through a handful of complicated cases. Again, he has been on monitor for longer than his mother carried him. Now, number 5, he produces music videos, and there are studios that are good for this, but the ones in San Antonio, I'm understanding as I'm learning this industry, are just not very good. There are good, there are starting to be good studios in Houston, but the real part of the rap music is taking place in LA. So my client will do what he can to promote himself and produce, and he's continuing to record what he can in his home using inferior equipment, but it's holding him back pretty badly. Given the fact that he has made no attempts to contact anybody regarding these cases, and the fact that he's been in compliance for over 9 months, our motion is not asking for the court to adjust his rules of partial. Our client is asking the court to simply set aside this. The court has had 9 months to see that he's not going to go where he shouldn't be. And then we're asking the court to leave in place special conditions of no contact as required by law.
All right, so here's the thing, with regards to Mr. Morganfield shooting videos, then he should be able to provide pretrial services with documentation and saying, I'm shooting a video and this is where I'm shooting it. Regardless of how times have changed from when you did, well, not when you did it, but when other people did it and what's being done now, I do know for a fact that if you're going to shoot a video on 300 De La Rosa, you know the date when you're shooting a video. Nobody's saying, hey, you know what? I have nothing to do today. Let's shoot a video on 300 De La Rosa today at 11:06
Your Honor,
AM.
it's a little bit different than that. May I clarify briefly?
Sure.
May I try?
Of course.
Once a client, or excuse me, once an artist is signed to a major record label, then they know where they're shooting and it's big things, and then they pull in the smaller players from wherever they can. It's like my client is an extra trying to land a role as a movie star, but in order to get that role, you've got to play as many times as you can as an extra. I had a coworker once who was an extra, and that's how I know how that works. That's kind of what he does until he gets discovered and gets signed. He's got to do spontaneous things, and he's already been trying to do this while on the partial, and it just hasn't worked.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Stevenson. Are you telling this court that somebody will call him right now and say, we need you in California at 12 p.m. and somebody's going to send a private plane for him, and so he's going to bypass and not be able to tell pretrial services, I just got a call today that I need to be in California?
Okay.
Because if nobody's sending a private plane for him, that means he's flying commercial. That means that somebody had to send him something, because I don't think it would be good business on his part for somebody to tell him, hey, we got this video that we want to shoot with you in California. Nope, we don't know what we're paying you. You're probably not going to get paid, but we do have a plane ticket for you.
Your Honor, my client, I am hesitant just because I'm very cautious. My client is asking to respectfully address the court directly. Will you allow my client to directly address you?
Sure.
Okay, so look, Miss George Boyd, it's not like that. I need to promote myself. I can't just steady be in the house. And hold on right here, so you can see. I can't just steady be in the house. And I'm not going nowhere.
Hold on, I cannot hear you. Sit still, I cannot hear you.
It failed. I'm sorry. So basically, like, I can't promote myself, ma'am. I'm not saying they're gonna just pull up, sign me. I would have been signed already. I know all the industry rappers already. I'm not saying it like that. I got to promote myself. I got to do videos. People want to make music with me. I got to go to the producers out in there. My cousin is Tay Made It. He's in San Antonio right now. He's the biggest producer out. That's my blood cousin. You can look him up. Tavian Carter. Boom. He worked with NBA Youngboy. Okay.
Okay.
Boom.
Let me stop you right here, Mr. Morgan Phil.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, I understand that people want to be cool or fly or whatever the termination is today, but you're in a courtroom. So don't do like, boom, and my cousin Tay. And cousin Tay, that just sound up like a made up name. I'm sure his mom did not name him Tay when he was brought into this world. I'm sure that may be his professional name. So could we use people's real names today? And could we talk in complete sentences? That means there needs to be a noun, a verb, and a period, and it has to be a complete thought.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. So far as like, I'm like basically like, okay.
Let's try speaking without using the word like.
Yes, ma'am. I'm an influencer, ma'am. Literally, I can't promote myself at home. They don't want to see me steady be at home. I can't like basically work with other people, miss, if I can't go nowhere. I don't want no one just knowing where I stay at. I can't go nowhere. It's a dangerous world, miss. You know, type going to San Antonio, people targeting me. I don't know who know me or who want to be after me. I went somewhere one time, dude talking about, hey, bro, I know who you are, before I got on house arrest. And he talking about, I said, you don't know who I am, but I ignored it in the story. He talking about, yeah, I do. He said, bro, you look quality. I had some people in Sunrise, bro, they trying to get at you. Oh, what? He said, but yeah. He said,
well,
but
here's
yeah.
the thing. Number one, Brenda can't understand the words you're saying, neither can I. But the fact is, you say you're an influencer and you want people to know you. So there you go. People know you. This is what the court is doing. In each of these cases, if you have, as I said before, proof or documentation where you're going to be, then the court will do that, period. So if you want to film at the HEB on Florida Street at 12 p.m., guess what you do? You call pretrial services and say, I'm filming at the HEB on Florida Street tomorrow. I am not allowing you to just willy-nilly, and that's the language I use, just randomly wake up at, I don't know what time you wake up in the morning, waking up at 2 a.m. like, I'm going to go out and film a video in a car. So I've made my ruling. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
So,
It's
so
gonna be
Mick,
January 20th. That'll be for discovery. So we'll be back on January 20th for discovery, Mr. Stevenson. Do you think, Ms. Wilkes and Mr. Stevenson, that'll give you enough time?
I will send a reminder email out to the detective right now, just to make sure that that's in the forefront of their mind. And so it should be enough time.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Stevenson. I appreciate you. And you and your client are excused. All right, who are the parties on Aisha Ortiz, so we can do the plea?
Mick Aguilera is here and Aisha Ortiz is in the courtroom.
All right, if she can approach, please. Who is the prosecutor?
It was Joe Ray. And the plea bargain documents say 2 years probated for 5, but we have since changed it to 2 years probated for 3. Recommended by the prosecutor.
All right, so there's no application for deferred adjudication?
No, ma'am.
All right. For some reason, that's written on the docket sheet. I will change that. Caitlin, are you able to take this plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, I'm texting plea agreements and things like that. So I'm not chatting willy-nilly on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes,
No problem.
I can do
Judge,
it.
I don't mind her taking the plea as long as she trusts that Joe Ray and I conferred again on Friday while in your court that we did change the 5 to a 3.
I think you would be pretty bold to just make that up. So I'm going to believe you on that.
Thank you. Thank you, Caitlin.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 9657, State of Texas versus Aisha Ortiz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
For the defense?
Mick Aguilera on behalf of Aisha Ortiz.
And are you Ms. Ortiz?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Court will note that the defendant is in the courtroom. Ms. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Enter a Plea by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? It appears that you are.
Yes, Judge, we are.
Ms. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is endangering a child at state jail felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Very much so, Judge, yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine probated. State recommends community supervision. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Robert Flores and CPS compliance. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge. And additionally, there is a related matter that's going to be TIC, a drug charge.
And what is the cause number for that?
I was afraid you were going to ask.
I can look it up right now.
Thank you.
Okay, it's going to be a night mag number, Judge.
Yes.
631793.
Any objections to the court adding that in the paperwork as part of the plea bargain agreement state?
No, Judge.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, parenting classes, and substance abuse treatment. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offer states one in attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Ortiz, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing? Mr. Aguilera?
I'm sorry, I was trying to answer, decline a call on the phone. Yes, ma'am. They are recommending supervision. If you would consider granting it this morning.
Ms. Ortiz, why was Child Protective Services previously involved?
They were involved that day. They got involved that day.
You're trailing off. I can't hear a word you're saying. Why was CPS involved?
They got involved that day.
No, they were at your house for a reason because it says here that a CPS worker came by and was trying to contact you about a CPS case. So if they're trying to contact you about a CPS case, that means that a CPS case was already in existence before your child fell off the balcony. So
for drug use.
All right. So when's the last time you used? And before you answer me, know that I'm trying to set up probation for you so you can be successful. When's the last time you used and what did you use?
2 months ago.
What did you use?
Meth and marijuana.
All right. You know you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
Negative.
For everything?
Yes.
Are you employed?
Yes.
What is happening with your CPS case? Is that still pending?
Yes, I'm following all the orders, and I took a drug test for them Friday.
And who is your CPS attorney?
Ruby Garcia.
And is your son back with you?
No, he's with his grandmother.
Are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
Grubhub deliveries.
Okay. What's the weirdest Grubhub food delivery you had?
I believe that's an actual one.
Oh, it's not an actual one?
No,
Oh.
it is an actual one. It's not like Grubhub is like an actual name of a company, right?
Yes, but I mean, as a part of Grubhub, don't they send you to restaurants to deliver food?
Oh, it can be any of them, right?
Yes. So, I
think
mean,
I think the judge wanted to know what's the worst food from Grubhub.
yeah, no, I'm not putting the worst out there. I'm like, what's the most unusual thing? I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe somebody wants you to deliver Ruth Chris. Maybe they want you to deliver eel. I have no idea.
Oh, I misheard you. I
I'm
thought you
just-
said which
Judge,
Grubhub, and I was
I'm
like,
from-
well, it's just one. I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
from
no.
I went to
know.
LSU, I forget.
I may be old school, but I'm aware of Grubhub. Although I'm always wondering, is it true that people will, if you have fries, maybe the driver will take a fry out of your thing? I don't know. Have you started parenting classes?
I have not, because I've asked for it and I'm waiting to get an assessment. So if I have to do inpatient or outpatient, there wouldn't be a reason to go if I go inpatient, because she doesn't want me to start the parenting classes and then get kicked out. So
All right, and are you on the CPS drug court side or no?
I'm not sure. I have Judge Monte and Monroe.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years, $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Robert Flores, CPS compliance, if applicable, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination. Again, the court is not requiring you that you do that, but if you do, 40 hours will be deducted. Parenting classes, intensive outpatient treatment with probation. Probation, if she's receiving drug court treatment with, or drug treatment with her civil case, that will be acceptable to the court. Taking consideration NIMAG number 631793. There's to be a UA today. Plus random UAs. And probation, again, if CPS are doing UAs, then please do not double book. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be field visits 2 times per month, random. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Ortiz, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because the court has followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you would like to know the definition of a weapon, you need to contact an attorney for that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we can close the record. Ms. Ortiz, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. and probation will go over new conditions with you.
Excuse me, Judge. I'm
Yes.
gonna have to restart my program. My documents are freezing.
Okay.
So I will join her shortly when I log
All
back on.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Aguilera, you can go to breakout room number 1, or either you can be excused.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be excused.
All right, thank you.
You have an awesome week.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be a beautiful week. It's Monday, but it's a great Monday. Just one moment, Mr. Norton, let me sign some paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
And Turi Biaitis, you need to be sworn in. And to the clerks, if you could swear in Mr. Turi Biaitis.
Thank you, Judge.
And we are ready on Baker.
We signed, Your Honor, we signed the paperwork. What I didn't see in there was the app for probation.
All right, I just signed that, so that should be included in that.
Oh, it's included, all right.
All right,
Because
thank you.
he probably scrolled up pretty quick and I didn't see it.
All right, just give me a moment. Mr. Montoya is about to lose all of his patience. I think all of his pockets
No,
are now empty.
Judge, that was my, it is
No
all my
problem.
fault. My computer's not working. So I'm using an iPad that I borrowed from my daughter, and I apologize.
Oh, no problem.
This is my with Mr. Jose Asigeri. It's an MTR judge. The DA, Mr. Garcia, he just received the MTR this morning. He gave me an offer, Judge. If I can confer with my client and get a short reset so we can go over it, I can talk to him over attorney Zoom to the Zoom thing at the court, at the jail. I can do that also, Your Honor. So I can just need a short reset like a
Has the
week.
state given you an offer?
Yes, Judge, gave me an offer, Judge.
All right,
Mr.
so
Garcia
have you
did.
had a chance to discuss that offer with your client?
You know, Judge, every time I go to a breakout room, my mic does not work. So that's why I went on an iPad. If I can confer with him, he's in custody.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I don't see Mr. Ezagari on the Zoom screen.
I think he's under Jose. Judge.
Okay. All right,
It's under
so
Jose,
Jose,
Judge, and he's in
I'm
custody.
going to send you to breakout room number 2, and your attorney is going to meet you there.
God willing, Judge. Thank you.
Oh, no, it's going to happen. It's Monday. What could possibly go wrong?
I hope so. I hope so.
Keep some patience in your pocket.
Oh, you have to put patience in your pocket. You know what, Mr. Cox? Whether we're patient or not, time is still going to move at the pace it's going to move.
On. But
All
like
right,
I say,
that's right.
I just enjoy the court keeping things real. I love it. I just a dose of reality every time I come in.
All right, who do you have, Mr. Cox?
Jonathan Vargas, Judge. Jonathan Vargas from last Thursday.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Oh, criminal family violence.
Okay.
And
all right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
Jay Norton,
Yes, ma'am.
coming to us from Arizona.
Yes, ma'am. Conferred this morning with Joe Ray on Leonidas Rodriguez. I thought we had made an agreement, and then in the course of my discussion with my client, I discovered that he is not a U.S. citizen. So may we get a reset for Padilla purposes and hopefully go forward with the plea in the future.
All right, just for a moment, Ms. Ferguson, can we have an immigration attorney zoom in, please?
Well, we got him set up with one while we were in the breakout room. He's going to go see Michael Morgan.
All right, when is that going to happen?
I would assume in the next week and a half is my understanding.
All right, Norma, on Leonidas. Where's Leonidas? He was in a
He is in the
vehicle.
breakout room.
All right, let's bring him to the main room. Everyone, when you leave a breakout room, do not leave your client in the breakout room, please. Let me see. All right, Mr. Norton, you're going to need to go to number 25 to bring your client to the main room.
Okay.
And what previous breakout room were you in?
I do not know. I went in with Joe Ray.
There we go. I found you. I'll send you to 25. Have your client come out.
Okay, and we have one other individual who needs to see the CLO. It's had to do with an appeal, a Michael Fernandez, and he is on the Zoom as well.
All
But
right,
he
just
needs to speak with Ms. Reyes.
we will do one thing at a time. So if you can bring Mr. Rodriguez out. Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
On Wardell Lemon, we were set for discovery. There was just an additional CD that the state provided me. I picked it up, and we conferred on a trial date. If we could just get it set for that date. The day we agreed on, based on their availability and mine as well, was February 22nd.
All right, just 1 second. Let me find his file because none of the files are in alphabetical order. Just a second.
Okay.
All right, to the clerks, I need the file on Wardell Lemon. I don't have it. All right, and what's your other case?
Domingo Martinez, Judge. And on that one, this was our very first setting. The state is still waiting on some judgments, and we want to verify that to confirm criminal history before proceeding forward on it. So we don't have an offer yet. If we could just get a status date in the future for those
All right,
judgments.
Norma, on Domingo Martinez, can I have a 30-day reset in the chat box, please?
Thank you.
All right, we're going to come back on January 20th.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, just give me one moment. Let me find him on the docket. Brenda, do you see Mr. Dominguez on the docket?
Which one are you looking for, Judge?
Domingo Martinez.
He's on page 16, Judge.
Thank you. All right, and what's the next one you have?
And Judge, those are the only two I've conferred on. I still need to confer with a CTD prosecutor after making these two announcements.
All right, as soon as I have the file on Wardell Lemon, we'll take that up. And let me just remove Mr. Martinez from your name.
Thank you.
And Victoria Cruz.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've conferred on all of my cases.
Yes, let's start with the first. Who do you want to go on first?
Mr. Kendall Blount.
Just 1 second, everyone. All right, I'm sorry. Ms. Cruz, who is your first case?
Kendall Blount, Your Honor. He's on for a discovery compliance.
All right, and so what is happening with the discovery?
I've conferred with Michelle Hayden. She has advised that there is a there's a lot of pages of medical discovery I need to get access to. So the state is complying and uploading what they have, and it's a lot. So we're gonna go over it.
When is that? So has it been uploaded? That's the question.
Yes, Your Honor, it's been uploaded.
So, Ms. Ferguson, on Kendall Blunt, I need a 30-day reset.
Judge, can you make me co-host? Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. All right, we're going to come back on January 20th on Mr. Blunt. Is he in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Your Honor. He is logged on.
All right. Do you need to speak with Mr. Blunt or no?
No, Your Honor, not today.
All right, Norman, can you let them know 16B can go back? All right, what's your next case?
Saul Jaime, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Jaime?
We've reached an agreement with the state that involves us pleading in County Court 13 on a misdemeanor.
And when is that going to be done?
I just need Sybil to give me, the coordinator in 13 to give me a date.
All right, who is County Court 13?
Judge Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, who?
Judge Speedlin Gonzalez. Gonzalez Speedlin.
All right, do you have any objections to the court calling that and seeing if that can be done today?
No, I think that should be fine, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm waiting for a response back on that. And then what's your next one?
I have Martin Lopez.
All right, what is happening with Martin Lopez?
We haven't reached a plea agreement quite yet, Your Honor. We are fine on discovery. So if we can remain on the trial docket.
Did you receive a trial date from Ms. Ferguson?
Not quite, or I may have missed it.
Okay, so you'll need to get a trial date from Ms. Ferguson on that.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll send you back to the breakout room for number 2 for a trial date from Ms. Ferguson on that one. And then I will let you know the date that I received for your other case, whether or not County Court 13 can take a plea.
Yes, Your Honor. Also, I have Albert Salcedo, but I'm going to need a trial date for that one as well.
All right, so what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. And let me find you. All right, number 4, and Ms. Ferguson, if you'll go to 4, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, I do have the file now on Wardell Lemon. The clerk brought it to me. What date?
Judge, February 22nd.
All right, Mr. Lemon, can you unmute, please?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Lemon, did you receive an offer from the state?
Yes.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Navy, you've received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
All right, so your jury trial date will be February 22nd. You'll need to come to the 187th District Court in person, dressed for trial. And we will start your jury trial on that date. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. After today, your plea deadline date has expired. Do you understand, Mr. Lemon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much for your patience, Mr. Lemon. You're excused.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And so, Mr. Navy, let me remove that. And so then you just have Vasquez and Coronado?
That's correct, Judge. Should I go back to breakout room 5, it looks like?
Yes, and is Vasquez, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD, they're both CTD, Judge.
Okay, yes, if you'll go back to that breakout room for me, please. Frankie Sandoval. Frankie Sandoval. Who do you have? Good morning.
I'm sorry, just 1 second, Your Honor. I apologize. I wanted multiple Zooms. Here, actually, I have 2 matters, Judge. On the first is a misdemeanor plea on Miss Bianca Hernandez. There is an issue with her email. So Mr. Joey Garcia is being generous enough to have documentation taken over to her. She's there in the courtroom.
Okay, and then?
I had emailed Ms. Ferguson, but she may not have received it yet, that once that documentation is received, if I could be placed in a breakout room with Ms. Hernandez and the translator to go over the terms of the plea.
Okay, and who else do you have?
And I apologize, Your Honor. I know it's a criminal trial division. Because I looked it up this morning before I was logged. Virginia Vea Torres.
Sending you to number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And then Headland, I'm sending you to number 8. Fernando Ramos.
Present, Judge.
I'm sending you to number 7.
We're here for sentencing, Judge.
Are you ready to proceed?
There's no report, Judge, and I don't know if we need one.
All right, just 1 moment. All right, who is the prosecutor on Twyman? And where is your client, Twyman?
He's on the second page, Judge.
Now, where is he on the screen?
Here, Judge.
Okay. Who's the prosecutor?
Marcus.
Yes, it's Marcus Sanders. That's what it is.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 6430B, State of Texas versus Tyler Mason Twyman. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Fernando Ramos.
And are you Tyler Twyman?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
All right. Are the parties in receipt of the PSI? State?
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
I have not received the PSI, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramos, if you'll put your email address in the chat box to the court, I'll send you the PSI report. All right, just give me a moment and I'll forward that to you.
Thank you, Judge.
And I'll send you to a breakout room with your client.
Thank you, Judge. I think you have 7. Is that correct?
Yes, let me see. Yes, number 7, and I'll send your client to number 7, and the email should be coming to you shortly.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor,
Just a moment.
Judge, do you have a moment?
Yes.
On David McLean's guy, Joshing Steen, we have an agreement, but he needs to plead to the misdemeanor also. I was hoping you could work your magic and help us see if we can get it set at County Court 15.
Okay, who is 15?
Melissa Vara.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. Everyone put some patience in your pocket.
Michael Fernandez, if you can please go to room 1.
And Rebecca, I'm sending you a chat.
Okay.
Will I get an invite to chat 1, room 1?
I already sent you the invite.
Okay, I don't see it because I didn't take it. Would it be possible to send it again to Michael Fernandez, please? The invite.
Mr. Fernandez, are you a defendant? Mr. Fernandez, are you a defendant?
Yes, ma'am. We're just trying to figure out my probation status that I haven't been able
No,
to.
my question is, why isn't your video showing?
I don't know, ma'am. I've just been here just trying to. I'm
No,
just
your
here.
video needs to be showing. And let me explain something to you. If you can't figure out how to show your video, then what will end up happening is we will end up having you appear in person in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I got the button figured out right now.
All right, thank you. All right. On the case that needs to go to County Court 15, which case is that, please?
It was 13, Your Honor.
No, I know I have you for 13, but there is someone else who wanted a case to plea in County Court 15. Which case is that?
That's Steen, Your Honor.
Steen.
Joshan Steen.
All right, just one moment. All right, on Joe Sean Steen, they will be able to do a plea on that tomorrow. So who's the attorney?
Judge, it's David McLean.
All right, they can take that up tomorrow.
Okay. Marcus was suggesting that we need to do that plea before we do the plea here. So I guess what I can do is try to get that arranged, and then can we get a quick reset to come back in?
Yes, we can come back tomorrow. The earliest they can do that, take that plea is tomorrow.
Dog it. Oh,
I know.
And it's not you. I've got a mediation that's all morning. And then I've got a meeting with the Center for Healthcare Services tomorrow afternoon.
Well, we can actually move it for the 15th in the morning.
I'm at the Center for Healthcare Services again. I know. And then Thursday morning, I'm on the bench. How about Friday? Does Friday work for you, Judge?
No,
Is there
I'm
an
sorry.
afternoon? Is there an afternoon available on the 15th for County Court 15? I'm just,
Just one moment. Well, let me ask you this. If you were to do it tomorrow in County Court 15, what time?
Yeah.
Can you do it later in the day?
I can do it later in the day. I can shoot for maybe around maybe 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I'll actually be at the courthouse because our meeting with the Center for Healthcare Services is in Probate Court 1.
Just one second. And we shall see. I'm just
Thanks,
awaiting a message. Everyone put some patience in your top pocket. It's Monday, but if you continue to smile, it will be okay. All right, and then Ms. Cruz, on your case, what is your client's name?
Saul Jaime, Your Honor.
All right, on Jaime, they are currently in a jury trial. They're doing voir dire, but they're saying after voir dire is over, she's able to take it.
This afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, let me let that judge know. All right, so what we'll do on Saul Jaime, we'll just recall this for 2:30 p.m. this afternoon.
Okie dokie, Your Honor. I'll email Sybil and ask for the meeting ID unless did Judge Spielin indicate she wanted in person? She didn't say
No.
anything like that? Should be.
She hasn't said, you may want to check with the coordinator on that.
Yes, Your Honor, will do.
And then on the other one, just give me a moment, let me call. David McLean, can I see you in breakout room, please?
You bet.
If you will go to breakout room number 9.
Michael Fernandez, I sent you a chat on instructions how to go to the breakout room.
I tried to accept it and it just sent me back to this room. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Are you on a phone?
Okay, it says join now, so I'm gonna
Okay,
join
I just sent him to another room.
room 2.
All right, Jay Norton?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So Mr. Rodriguez is present. We need some time to get him hooked up for his Padilla letter.
All right, just give me a moment. Ms. Ferguson on Leonidas Rodriguez. I need a 30-day reset, please. And if you could put that in the chat box. All right, we'll come back on January 20th. You and your client are excused.
January 20th? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
You can go.
Can we speak? Can you give me a call?
Yeah, I'll call you.
Okay.
John Young.
I double clicked apparently. I'm here with Amethyst Garcia. This is the first time I've been here. I understand she's had other settings. She also has an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge that is unindicted, but in talking to the prosecutor, we may be able to get that rejected if I give her the appropriate documentation on that. What I'd ask for, since I have no discovery on it yet, for a 30-day reset so I can figure out what's going on.
All right, let me see if I can find her on the docket sheet. Just 1 second.
I was only given notice yesterday afternoon to come to this morning, so I don't know where it is on your docket.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Ms. Garcia, please. All right, we're going to come back on January 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if Ms. Garcia will give me a call.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're both excused. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Anyway, I can see Judge, if I may, Jonathan Vasquez and
All right,
Ferguson.
just give me 1 moment, please. All right, Mr. Cox, is your client on bond or in custody?
No, ma'am, he's in custody.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 9.
Thanks, Judge.
And your attorney, your client will meet you there. Well, just 1 moment.
Got me
I don't
3.
see your client on the Zoom screen.
But I guess they've been having problems in the jail. I know.
Well, just 1 second. We will get him. Just give me a moment. David McLean? You're getting your paperwork?
Yes, Judge.
Eduardo Jimenez? Yes.
Yes, Judge. I don't know. I have on my calendar, I received an invite for Jace Meeker. I don't have him on my calendar till January, but
Jason who?
Jace, Jace Meager, Criminal Trial Division.
Yes, he's here.
Okay, I'd like to speak to him. The last time we checked in, he was requesting a jury trial. May I speak to him, please?
I'm sending you to number 11.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Steen, I'm sending you and your attorney to breakout room number 9. All right, are the parties ready on Turi v. Yadis?
Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5892, State of Texas versus Jose Turribiadis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Meredith McIntyre
for the defense?
Jonathan Chavez for Mr. Turbiatis.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. The court will note that the defendant and the defense attorney are in the courtroom. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Turribiadis, showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, we did, and I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with the discovery. Mr. Turribiadis, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
State is waiving count 2, but proceeding on count 1.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Turribiadis, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with in count 1 is possession with intent to deliver controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 years up to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Turribiadis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. There's a $1,000 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. State will take in consideration 2020 CR 7905. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Nina Nino and no contact with Gilbert Sanchez and Angel Escobar. There's restitution of $57 to Bexar County for laboratory testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is that the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is that the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, BIPP, parenting classes, follow all recommendations from TAP evaluation, no possession of firearms, and proof of valid employment. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection.
Mr. Terry of audience, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, laboratory reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing? Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would just ask that you follow the recommendation, Your Honor, of the district attorney.
All right, Mr. Chiribianis, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Painting, remodeling, house remodeling,
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
positive,
For what?
marijuana,
And what else?
cocaine,
How often are you using?
like once, twice a month, ma'am.
It can't be once, twice a month. You know why I know it's not once, twice a month? Because what would possess you knowing that you're coming to court to use cocaine? So how often do you use? Just be honest, because I'm trying to set up conditions so you can be successful.
Like twice a month, ma'am.
All righty. Ten years deferred adjudication, take in consideration 2020 CR 7905, $57 for laboratory testing. No harmful or injurious contact with Nino. And does Miss Nino want to have contact with Mr. Chiribianis?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
That's my understanding, Judge.
All right, and that's your understanding from the defense?
No, Judge, based on the notes provided by Family Violence's the victim advocate, her conversations.
Okay. No harmful or injurious contact with Nino. No contact with Gilbert Sanchez, Angel Escobar. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. parenting classes with compadre, compadre, random field visits, 3 times per month, regular UAs, random UAs, outpatient treatment with probation, 120 hours of community service, restitution 40 will be waived if you provide proof that you had the COVID vaccination. The court is not requesting or requiring anyone to get the vaccination, but if you do, 40 hours will be deducted. There's to be no buyout of community service hours. Rebecca, is there anything else that he need? I'm sorry, the BIPP course. No possession of firearms. Rebecca, is there anything else that Mr. Turibiades needs?
That was everything, Judge.
Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful, Mr. Turibiades?
Can you repeat that again, Your Honor, please?
Is there anything else that you need to be successful in this probation?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll have a seat in the courtroom, probation will be with you shortly.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nifa Carrillo,
Yes, Your Honor. We're ready.
who's the prosecutor on Anthony Baker?
Me, Your Honor, Michelle Hayden.
Court is calling 2020 CR 7891, State of Texas versus Anthony Baker. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michelle Hayden for the state.
for the defense?
Nifa Gallegos Carrillo.
And are you Mr. Baker?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None from the state.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Baker, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're waiving the repeater enhancement.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with as assault family second offense? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Could you repeat that? I switched to my phone and there was a call coming through. I apologize.
Did you understand what you're charged with as assault family second offense? The range of punishment for that is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
My opinion, he is competent, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than a plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Just one moment. Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain agreement. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 636-935. There's to be the BIP course, 100 hours of community service restitution, TAP evaluation, $100 to an approved family violence center, no contact with Deandrea, Deandrea Mims, Mimms, and Latera, Laterra Roberts. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be a judgment satisfied entered in cause number 566029. Did you understand with the affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with the affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No motions, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. A TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offer States Exhibit 1 and its attachments into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed States Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Nothing other than just we respectfully request that you follow the plea agreement, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Baker, are you employed?
I am.
What do you do?
I do prep work. I'm in the kitchen. I work in the kitchen at 2 places.
So why are you and the person you're with getting into an argument over who's cooking?
Okay, since I do have a chance to speak, the claims are, they're totally
Well, here's the
unfounded.
thing, Mr. Baker, if you want a jury trial, I'll give you a jury trial. But what we're not going to do is you're not going to enter a plea, have me read the police report, and then try to tell me that this didn't happen.
Yeah,
So here's the thing. I don't care what the argument was about. And here it says it's over food. What I can tell you, what I know to be true is that, one, you've been previously placed on probation before for assault. Number two, that we're all adults here and that nobody should be putting their hands on a child or an adult in anger. That's what I do know. So whether it's about food, whether it's about the kitchen's not clean or whatever, if there's something that is not right in the household, be it somebody's not cooking, be it somebody's not cleaning, then you know what? You have 2 choices. One, you start cooking and cleaning, or 2, you call it a day on a relationship and keep it moving. But what we don't do is put our hands on people in anger. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand. And I was
And
just
do you have any children?
I do. I have 2 children.
What are their ages?
The ages of my daughters are 16 and 12.
All right. This is what the court is doing. 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine, probated. Taking consideration 636935, the BIPP course, parenting classes, $100 to a family violence center. There's to be no contact with Deandra, Mims, and Latera Roberts. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. State is the JSAT misdemeanor MTR 566029. 100 hours of community service restitution, 40 hours will be waived if you provide proof of a COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring that that be done, but if you do it, 40 hours will be deducted. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'll have marijuana in my system.
All right, we're going to test for levels. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs in order to be successful in this deferred adjudication?
Were you doing field visits, Judge?
Yes, field visits, random 1 time per month. All right, Mr. Baker, is there anything else you need from this court in order to be successful?
The only thing well, no, not really. I think I understand everything. I've been to a couple of court hearings before this one, so usually there's a UA on the same day.
Yes.
Which I'm not opposed to. The only thing I have for that is I started a job a week ago, and I don't want to miss the entire day. So I'm supposed to be there.
Make you miss it. You're not going to miss the entire day. I want to allow it to happen. Rebecca, he's going to be tested for levels. Mr. Baker, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
And what was that again?
I said, did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Baker, since you've been here before, you know my speech about the orchid, right? Don't get into a relationship until you can get an orchid. You can get them at HEB or Walmart. They're usually $12 until you can keep that orchid for a year. Because when you first get it, it's beautiful. The blooms are on it, but those blooms going to fall off. So you keep it for a year. After the blooms fall off, if you can get it to bloom, then you're probably ready for a relationship, because orchids require a lot of patience.
Understood.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation will go over conditions with you.
Could I ask a question, please, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. When you say be tested for levels, I have 2 questions about the parenting and about the being tested for levels. Right now, I have a lot of stuff with myself that I'm trying to get together, so I'm pretty much working every day, day and night. And I mean, I don't want to have to take on too many classes because I have a lot of obligations financially.
Well, here's the thing. I understand your obligations, but you need parenting classes, because people don't understand the impact that abuse, even though children may not be being hit, they see things, they hear things, it impacts them. And if people realize the impact that that had on children, then maybe they won't be doing what they were doing. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation is going to go over conditions with you. This is probation, and it is not easy. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay, I had a second part to that question, Your Honor.
Sure.
Okay, the second part, and I apologize, and then I'll be done. I just wanted to have some things understood on my behalf. But the second part of that question is, okay, so for the levels, is that gonna affect anything? Because I mean, like, I have been smoking, but I know that I'm on probation, so I can't do that now. I don't drink or I don't do anything else. So, and I understand that. But my question is, will that, me being tested for a certain level of intake, and sorry for the finger, will that—
Your levels, here's the thing, Mr. Baker, your levels should be going down.
Okay, so you're saying from me being tested today, the next time that they test me, my level should have decreased?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I'll be good with that. I just thought that it would, today, if I test high level, that it would somehow affect my TAP evaluation or something like that.
No, you're good.
Okay, those are my questions.
All right, thank you very much. I'm glad we were able to answer everything. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. In the courtroom, if you could go to number 1.
Judge, before I go over there, can I see in a breakout room really quick?
Yes, I will meet you in breakout room number 2.
Okay.
Everyone, please go to breakout room number 1.
Are we still on? Okay.
Gotta show your face. Stay that way. Unmute yourself and talk to me.
Huh?
Okay, good. Just stay like that.
All right.
She put a real spider web in the mug.
All right. Brenda? I promise you lunch every day at 12:30. You're excused.
Judge, thanks.
All right, so for the rest of you who, you're gonna have to come back. Mr. McLean, we've already taken up your matter on Mr. Steen.
Right, Judge. I was just waiting on paperwork.
All right, I'll remain here, but Brenda is taking her break because she needs her break.
Sure. Absolutely.
Victoria Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor. I still have to come back at 2:30 for Mr. Hyman, but
Okay.
on Martin Lopez, my date is February the 1st.
Wait, February 1st for what? The jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where's Martin Lopez?
He was logged on all morning. He should still be on. He was on all morning.
I'm sorry, I don't see your guy. It's a Monday.
I'll have him log back in, Your Honor.
All right, but if we put on a smile, it'll all be good.
Thanks. No worries.
Mr. Ramos, I'm gonna have to see you back at 2 with Mr. Twyman, and we'll take up his sentencing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
I'll be
thank
excused.
you. Yes.
And Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want me back at 2? This is Dave McLean.
Since you're just working on paperwork, I can remain here to make sure you get your paperwork.
Okay. Thanks, Judge. I'll hang out.
Wait,
Thank you.
sorry, David,
Hey. Sorry.